Hi, I'm Peter Rose, founder of Longwood Currency Trading. How to day trade Forex in 1 hour. That'd be pretty cool. I think a lot of us have watched or are watching the videos out there about trading Forex. And you see these guys making a bit of money day trading, but they trade all day. And you're going, I don't have all day to trade. How can I do that? The way to spot somebody who's day trading correctly is someone who gets their trading done quickly and then has the rest of the day not to trade, but to do other things, hang out with the grandkids, go to work, maybe cut the grass, go shopping, watch a movie. Trading should be a lot of fun for you. You should enjoy that. But it's not like a movie where, the more movies you watch or the longer the movie, the better you enjoy it because you get all wrapped up in the characters and all that other stuff. Trading's like a good cup of coffee. You sip it a little bit and enjoy it, but you're not going to sit there and drink that one cup all day because it's going to get cold. And you're going to get cold and you're going to make mistakes the more that you trade. If you're just looking at making 20 pips today, then you're going to try to make 20 pips today. Maybe today you'll make 20 pips. Maybe tomorrow you'll lose 40, and then you'll make 15, and then you'll lose 10, and then you'll make 20. And somewhere along the line, you'll end up maybe 5 ahead or 50 behind. That can create stress. It can create anxiety. It can make you doubt yourself as a trader. Believe me, I've been through all this stuff. When you get up in the morning, you brush your teeth. It takes you a minute, 2 minutes. When you're done. At night, you brush your teeth. And you're done. And you work that into the fabric of your life so that you're not going, God damn it, I got to brush my teeth and I've got to go. No, you account for that in 1 minute. It's very difficult to account for and accept an 8-hour period of time sitting in front of the computer trading. Because you've got a job, you've got family, you've got, God, my granddaughter was over yesterday. I had to drive down. To get her and bring her back. And then Sue was here and took her out for a little walk. And then we went here and then she's running around screaming and stuff. And there wasn't much that I could do. I answered some emails and played with her a little bit. And we just had a good day. And we got down to the end of the day and there was an opportunity there. And I made a trade and made 9 pips. And that was great. Just went into some early evening volatility in the pair that I was trading, and I grabbed that. But I didn't sit there all day, and I couldn't have sat there all day because there was just too much going on. And particularly if you're working, right? So the title of the video is How to Day Trade Forex in an Hour. I haven't discussed that yet, but I think I've got across the point that it's important for you to learn how to trade Forex so that you're done in an hour. Or two, so that you've got the rest of the day to do whatever you need to do. And now the question comes up where I'm going to lose most of you. If I've only got an hour to trade, then I've got to really make that thing, because my goal is 20 pips a day, 10 pips a day. Everybody's talking about 10 pips a day. If you had a $1,000 account and you made 1 pip a day every day for the 200 days of trading that's available, you've made 200 pips. At $1 a pip, that's $200 in a $1,000 account. That's a 20% return on your risk at a pip a day. So what do you want to do? You want to make 20 pips a day and you make 2,000 and you double your money. Is that reasonable? I mean, you've traded before, so you know how difficult it is not to take the losses. And if you get your entry wrong, you're going to hit that 10 pip stop or 20 pip stop or whatever the heck it is that you're using in order to let price breathe. Well, okay, let me tell a story. Today, we're late November of 2025. As you can see out the window, it's pretty overcast. We had a little snow on the ground yesterday because it was cold, and that's we're getting there. We're getting into winter. And so, fortunately, my granddaughter was over, and we were all having a good time. Today, everything's quiet. So I got up late. Unfortunately, I didn't hit the boards until about 8:15. And I looked at it and go, oh, wait a minute, there's nothing going on here. So I went about and I did some other things for 15 minutes. Got this cup of coffee. And then sat down at the computer to respond to an email. Thank you guys that are sending me emails and stuff. I try to put as much time into each email as I can, despite the fact that 99% of the people that I respond to don't ever even acknowledge that I wrote them back. But that's okay. If there's one person I can help, that's fine. But I noticed there was some price movement starting to go. I did my analysis, entry analysis in what I call the life cycle of a currency position. It's entry analysis, position management, and exit methodology. Those are the three phases of the life cycle of a currency position. And they also constitute the three problems that you need to solve in order to be a successful trader. And entry analysis obviously is the most important one, because if you don't have a good entry, then you have no position to manage, so you don't have much to worry about, right? So that entry analysis becomes critical, and that's why in my fast track course, it's a 6-week program right now, I might drop it to 4 because it's just going through it so fast. You just need those highlights and things, but in any event, that fast track course emphasizes that first phase, because if you get that first phase, the entry phase right, the entry analysis, the rest of it just falls together, boom, like shit through a goose. It works out fine. So when you're looking at Forex at an hour a day or maybe 2 hours a day, I mean, I'm working, making the assumption that you're rebooting all of the trading that you've learned and rebooting it under fast track. So we're going to give it 2 hours at the most. We want to be there 2 hours, and not more than that. Because if you stay more than 2 hours, you're going to look for trades and it's not going to be successful. And even hanging on, I've gotten jammed up just sitting there for an hour and go, oh, I think this looks pretty good because it's almost the end of the hour, and I go in and I'm 20 pips down and I go, fuck, what happened? So today I saw that price action began to change, and I thought, oh, I'll get into that. I'll take a look and see what's going on. So I did that analysis about 15 seconds. I go, I think I'll go in. Well, I was a little early. Price took my order, and it was a long, and immediately went back 3 pips and 4 pips, and I went back 5 pips, and I'm looking at it. Let me redo this analysis and see what's going on here, because I knew the market didn't have a lot of momentum in it. I was just trying to grab, 5 pips. And so it had all the characteristics of a, like what we call them, a consolidation. The price is going down and consolidating in an area before it goes up. So, okay, I'll sit here with the trade. I've had, I don't know, 6 winners in a row, so I can take a loss here if I needed to. And it did. It consolidated, and it turned around, and boom, I got my 5 pips, and it was done in probably, 15 minutes. So I came out and had some straightening up to do around the house, and went back in and price was looking like, hey, this looks like this strong enough to continue on. After I took my profit, it was a long side trade, it took it and then it settled back down and it's just been chattering. But now, the second time in, it was doing a little bit more. Looked like it had a little bit more, momentum to it. So I set an order, and it went right away because price didn't have to move very much to come out of that consolidation area. And I got it. I went in, refreshed my coffee, came back, boom, another 5 pips. So I'm 10 pips for the day, but I did it in 2 simple, relaxing 5-pip hops. Now, isn't that a better methodology if you're a day trader to do that? Grab your 5 pips, and then if another opportunity presents itself in the hour that you have or the 2 hours that you have, you grab another 5 or 3, or maybe you lose 5. Okay, so you break even for the day. That's a win. Anytime you don't lose money, that's a win. And it's a big win if you make at least 1 pip. Because again, 1 pip a day, 20% return on your bank. Well, Peter, if it's so simple at 1 pip a day, why isn't everybody doing 20, 30, 40, 50%? Well, the people that know what they're doing are doing that. They're getting that. It's just that when you are greedy and you're looking for 10 or 20 pips, and you're not happy when it at 3 pips or 5 pips or 8 pips, and then you have a retracement and it goes 18 against you and takes you out, now you're a 10 pip loser instead of a 2 pip winner. That's what happens, is you have the wrong expectation. And the reason you have the wrong expectation, number one, is because you're watching all these videos where you're getting that from. And I'm just here to tell you that that's wrong. It's incorrect. And number two, you set yourself up with an expectation that I should be able to get 10 pips for a transaction, a trade. Well, you have to look at how often do you have to trade in order to make that 10 pips. What are you at, 30-70? You win 30% of the time and you lose the rest of the times, 7 times you're a loser, but you still make money because you make a lot of money when you win? Well, that's a tough road to hoe. If you have a job, if you have a busy family life or a granddaughter running around screaming, or even a freaking dog, you don't have all day to trade. So what can you do in an hour? Well, if you're trying to make 10 or 20 pips in an hour, you'll probably end up a loser. If you just sit down and you follow the rules, if you have rules, I mean, you got to have rules, and that's what's stressed in the Fast Track program, is how do you construct those rules? What constitutes reasonable rules and reasonable expectations for gains? So that when you sit down at the trading desk in the morning, you don't have to worry about whether you're going to make anything that day. There are days where I sit down at the trading desk and I go, nah, I don't think this is going to work out. And I don't trade all day. But that's okay, because the days that I do trade, maybe I'll do 2 trades, or like I just did today. Or maybe I might have done 3 trades yesterday. So I got 2 days as a gimme that I can just not trade. And on the average, you have to look at the average over the long term. I know if you're 20 years old, you don't want to hear that. 25 years old, you don't want to hear that, because you want all the money up front so you can buy your car and you can be like all the rest of the guys out of the hood with their ball caps on backwards driving their fancy cars. Have to it. This channel is for people that want to understand what's reasonable. People that are 50 years old that don't have money to burn and don't have time to waste. You need to have a process. So if you're under 30 years old, you probably have already clicked out of my video. My watch times are low, my subscriber base is low, my views are low, and they're low because I'm trying to do education and help people, and majority of the folks that are out there skim through my videos and go, all this guy does is talk, I'm out of here. And they're gone in 20 seconds. That's my drop rate. I drop about 40% in 30 seconds. And that's fine. You came for entertainment. I'm trying to give you education. And the education today is the reality of the situation is there's a 99% chance that if you're listening to me, you have a job that you do or you have other responsibilities and you can't sit there at that computer and trade. And God forbid you trade on your phone and take it with you, because that's a recipe for disaster. I'm sorry, you get a computer, you sit there for an hour a day and you make 5 pips a day and you're good to go. When we're going to get into Forex trading, you have to have the proper expectation of what the market is willing to give you on a regular basis and what you're capable in your skills in evaluating that market so that you can take advantage of the opportunities that the market is offering you, because they're there. You just have to know which pile of junk to look under to find those opportunities. And particularly if you understand that process, then 1 hour a day of Forex trading will replace your job income as long as you get your bank up large enough. If you learn the right stuff, it doesn't take you very long to come to the point where you have confidence in what you know. And then the only thing that's holding you back is having confidence in doing that and not being reminded about what everybody else is trying to tell you to do in video land and go, look, I made 20 pips, or, oh, I made 10 pips and I made $60,000 today. Oh, okay, well, how big is your bank and how levered up are you? And when you lose, how much do you lose? 40% of your account, 50% of your account when you lose because you're all levered up? Is that the kind of trading experience that you want? I don't think so, particularly if you're 50 years old. Look at all the guys that are coagulated around all these talking heads that are successful traders. Sure, the guy could make $1 million a year, but look at the people that are around him. They're all 25-year-olds, 22-year-olds. Those are not people that are going to be successful because they're looking for too much. They're looking for the entertainment and not the work of trading to replace their job income. The 50-year-old is concerned about being laid off, his health, prospects for getting a similar job, whatever. They're real concerns. So somebody who's 50 takes a long time to go through the decision process as to whether they want to do Forex because it's so deadly. 90% of the traders fail. Why do they fail? And that's the question that I would deal with a 50-year-old that I'm not going to bother with a 22-year-old that I'm talking to because they don't relate to that, right? So how to day trade Forex in an hour a day? You have to have a process with rules that allow you to do a really solid and valid entry analysis so that you know whether there's a trade there for the day. If not, you close up the computer and go to work an hour early. That's all. That's all there is. That's as simple as that. So you're waiting until you get that 5 pip run or that 3 pip run or 8 pip run. And then you get out so that you got that banked. And then you look at the market and you do another analysis. Is there another 5 pips? Is that 5 pips as safe as the 5 that I already got? If I go in to try to get the 5 pips and it starts to come back against me and I don't have that, then I'm going to end up with 2 pips. That's great, because if all I did was every day make 1 pip, I got a 20% return on my bank. And that's a lot of money. That can replace your job income if you have a large enough bank. And then you also have to equate into that. And I'm just doing the straight math on it. I'm not even talking about the runners that you could get when you trade and you get onto these things. I've had things go, grab 5 pips and grab another 3 pips, lose 3, grab 4 or 5, and then whoosh, and I'll get 20 or 30 pips. So you never know when the run is going to come. Oh, I've seen runs of 100 pips and 200 pips. So we have to be reasonable about what we're going to gain in order to prevent us from losing too much money, hoping that the price is going to come back. That's the secret to how to day trade Forex in 1 hour. Peter Rose, Longwood Currency Trading. Have a great day and have a great trading day.